Hey guys, Naruto725 is back here on YouTube. During my absence, I've been looking for many people's videos on certain things. So I may been not been doing views for a while, but I have been looking at them lately, and everything was quite interesting. Everybody is hitting 2012 with a big bang, and I like to be part of that as well. As I'm going to do the three shaman battle with Ichigo, Luffy, and Naruto. Okay, a lot of people, this battle is kind of really intense. Um, we don't know honestly, who will win because it's just really tough, and I don't think it's going to happen. But if I had to pick, I'm going with Ichigo because you know he. I think this battle will be more. Uh, the best way I can say this battle will be come to its outcome or conclusion is depends on the person's adaptive ability. Be able to learn things quicker and also using their opponent's weakness. You know, you know, analyzing that person's weakness and pretty much that weakness that they observe can create a victory. So. Um, To me, I say Ichigo has grown up in the era that has schools. He's been learning. Um, he's so pretty much he's probably more intelligent. Well, I'm not pretty sure accurate, but considering the era he's in, I think he's more intelligent than Naruto and Luffy because Naruto and Luffy grew up back in years. Well, compared to this, the real world, they grew up in the times like before probably schools were even invented. I mean, I'm sure Naruto's Ninja Academy could be fit as that as well. But I'm just saying Ichigo has more potential in terms with adapting and pretty much using seeing his opponent's actions to his advantage. Analyzing. I think he's more quicker in that area, and I think that will lead him to win. But it depends on what battle it is. Like, if it's a normal fight, then I'll probably have to go with Luffy. But if it's a death um, fight, then it will be Ichigo. But anyway, I take this for Ichigo. In the beginning of the battle, um, Ichigo will clearly have the advantage because since he's invincible. But in terms of anime wise, them showing it on TV, they're gonna make it fair for the other characters to actually see Ichigo. So that being said, Naruto has pretty much a lot of techniques at his arsenal, like the Rasen Shuriken, the Rasengan, the Sage mode, the Nine Tails Chakra mode. So techniques would really help with Naruto, but I don't think they will be enough to take down Ichigo. Because if I remember correctly, only a Shimigami can actually kill another, Shimigami. And so, I mean, the techniques are great, but what's the point in them if they don't, work on your opponent? Okay, Luffy's case, 2 years of training, he's learned the three haki, observation haki, armament haki, Arguments hockey, um, and the Conquering King hockey. So the reason Luffy I think has an advantage because the observation hockey can pretty much predict the person's moves. But here's one thing though. Um, okay, observation hockey you could be able to predict people's movements. But check this out. If I remember correctly, on what was it? Skypedia. Luffy did something that made him look like he was kind of like dumb or he was mindless. And Iru couldn't predict his movements. So maybe knowing Ichigo, he probably will figure out like, watch this guy easily be able to predict my movements. Um, I think well Ichigo, since he's quick of adapting, I think he will. I don't know. Maybe he might rely on how Ichigo. I don't know, but well, considering depending on the battle situation, I don't think he wouldn't rely on how Ichigo, but he'll probably think of a way in order to um, beat the observation hockey, he might fight more mindlessly than he ever has. I mean, well, sorry now. I mean, just for that moment. I mean, Ichigo's always a logical thinker. He fights for reasoning. We know this. So I think here's the battle's going to be. I don't know. It's some random argument with Ichigo, um, or Luffy. No, scratch that. Naruto and Luffy get in an argument, I guess, and then Ichigo. I'm not even gonna make the argument because I'm just saying this the fight's gonna start because there's no like argument that will connect to a battle. I mean, these are three main protagonists, so we don't know if there's gonna be anywhere for them to fight. I mean, I can't see it. So the battle's gonna start off. I think, in my opinion, is um, Ichigo is gonna start. No, no, scratch that. Naruto's gonna fight Luffy, and Ichigo's pretty much gonna have the advantage in the beginning because honestly, he's invincible. But considering the fact that this is gonna be anime and they're gonna make it fair, so they're gonna allow Naruto and Luffy to see Ichigo. So they're gonna fight. Ichigo might start off, getting beat up. Um, Naruto doing the shadow clones, Luffy doing his gaggling gun on Luffy, wiping out all his clones, and then he might go after Luffy will go after no no scratch that Naruto will go after Luffy, and then Ichigo is gonna like go after Luffy and Naruto, and they're gonna continue fighting. Then Naruto might do a Rasengan on Luffy, but it won't work considering the fact that Luffy is rubber. Oh, yeah, here's one thing too. Luffy is rubber, so um, his major weakness is blade. So that will make anything that's sharp or like a blade is Luffy's great, like one of his weakness as rubber. So Ichigo will have a big advantage over this. So if Ichigo lands a powerful hit on Luffy, I think he'd be done with a direct hit with Geshiga Tensho or enhanced with the Bankai. I don't think Luffy will be able to stand up with that. And I know he has incredible will, but willpower can't last forever. You know what I mean? So anyway, Naruto will probably do Sage Mode when things get serious. Ichigo will do Bankai. Um, Pretty much Ichigo, since he has more of that quickness again, he'll figure out the weakness of Sage Mode. And let's keep in mind, people, that Sage Mode and Luffy's Gear Second won't, last that long. That's where Ichigo has the advantage. Because his Bankai is like, so small and dense that he's able to stay there long periods of time without pretty much of a strain, or of his Bunkai. So that's why I think Ichigo will win, and Naruto will pretty much will take advantage of Naruto um, by doing his gaggling jet pistol, and I don't think Luffy will see that coming, even if he's in Sage mode. And Naruto, he has some resiliency, endurance, but I don't think it would survive up against a jet pistol. Taking direct hits from Luffy's like taking like a like three like shotguns at you, and So I think the Naruto will be out, and then Ichigo and Luffy. So Ichigo and Luffy, Ichigo will probably, be still at Bunkai. Luffy still be Gear Second. Oh yeah, and if Luffy does Gear Gatling, Ichigo can just use his sword to do what he did with Byakuya, slashing all the petals. He's easily slashing all Luffy's arms, and it's making scratch marks, and Luffy will eventually stop because it hurts. So that being said, Luffy will become a time when Luffy will eventually stop Gear Second, revert back to normal, and using a Gear Third would be a bad idea considering the fact that it'll take a while for him to actually hit the opponent. Um, Luffy, well, anything Luffy has left is just the observation Hanky that can support that with Ichigo predicting his movements. Um, I think Ichigo will then start to fight mindlessly, or think, how can I say this? Okay, think um one hit, but pretend that he had thought that move in the first place in order for Luffy not to predict his movement. I know that's kind of, hard, or I think very relevant, but I think that's what Ichigo will probably do. And after that, he can just use the Getsuga Tensho when he finds a vulnerable spot for Luffy, because Luffy has the Gomu Gomu techniques. Really, stress like rubber. So if he goes Gomu Gomu no, that's a spot right there for a weakness. He's vulnerable at the time because once he does that, he's gonna do a move. And then Ichigo will eventually, like I say again, and I'll say this many times, his adaptiveness, of um, and learn about opponent's weakness or strengths very quickly, or in analyzing, he will easily, take advantage of Luffy and use the Getchiga potential. And I think that'll be a wrap for that. So that's why I say Ichigo will win this battle. Yeah, guys, comment, subscribe, and I hope y'all guys have a nice day. Peace. First video, first video of 2012 of Out There 1025.